The first thing he noticed was the dog. A blur of white and brown fur tore across the dog park like a streak of sunlight, ears flapping wildly, paws barely touching the ground. The dog skidded to a stop near the water station, splashed half the bowl out onto the dirt, then bounded off again with unstoppable enthusiasm. "Sorry," a voice called out. He turned just in time to see her jogging over, a little out of breath but smiling like she was used to this exact situation. "That's my fault," she said, reaching down to grab the dog's collar, for all of 2 seconds before the dog twisted free again. "He thinks water bowls are optional." "It's fine," he said, laughing. "My guy thinks they're sacred." At his side, a black and white Springer mix sat patiently, watching the chaos with the calm judgment of an old soul. "This is Scout," he added, resting a hand on the dog's head. "Scout?" she repeated, glancing down. "He looks like he has his life together." "He does," the man said. "Better than I do most days." She smiled at that, then whispered sharply, "Milo, come here." The Labrador, because of course it was a Labrador, came barreling back, tongue lolling, eyes bright, as if every moment of existence was the best moment of his life. "He's a lot," she admitted. "He's perfect," he said. Milo leaned happily into Scout, who tolerated the affection with quiet dignity. "I'm Jake," he said. "Lena." They stood there for a moment, the dogs handling introductions faster than they could. "So," Jake said, nodding toward Milo, "how old?" 2. Still in the everything is exciting phase. "Some labs never leave that phase," he said. She laughed. "Good. I'd be worried if he did." Jake shifted his weight, glancing at her. "You come here a lot?" "Whenever I'm between rides," she said. "Between rides?" he asked. "I drive Uber," she explained. "Flexible schedule means Milo gets more park time. It's not a bad trade." "What about you?" he asked. "You look like you just got off work." He glanced down at his boots, dusty, worn, with bits of roofing tar still clinging to the edges. "Guilty," he said. "I'm a roofer." She raised an eyebrow, impressed. "That's not easy work." "It's not," he admitted, "but I like it. Being up there, different perspective, I guess." "Closer to the sky," she said. "Exactly." Milo sprinted past them again, Scout finally giving in and chasing after him just a little. Lena watched them go, then looked back at Jake. "You ever take him somewhere different?" she asked. "Different how? Like, not just this park, somewhere bigger, better," she said. He shrugged. "Sometimes trails, nothing special." She hesitated for a second, then said, "I know a place." He smiled. "You say that like it's a secret." "It kind of is," she said. "Not many people go there. Open space, water, room to run. Dogs go crazy for it." Jake glanced at Scout, now fully engaged in a game of chase with Milo. "Sounds like his kind of place," he said. "Then come with me," she said. He blinked. "Right now?" "Why not?" she said, shrugging. "I'm off for a couple hours. You look like you could use a break." He let out a small laugh. "You just met me." "And?" she said, smiling. "You seem normal enough." "High praise." She tilted her head. "Or we can stand here and watch them run in circles." Jake considered it for all of 3 seconds. Then he whistled, "Scout!" The dog returned immediately, sitting at attention. Jake looked back at her. "Lead the way." Her car was clean in the way that only someone who practically lived in it could manage. Everything in its place, faint scent of citrus, a phone mount glowing softly on the dashboard. Milo jumped into the back like he owned it. Scout followed more carefully, settling in with quiet curiosity. "You buckle them in?" Jake asked. "Always," Lena said, handing him a strap. "Occupational habit." He clipped Scout in, watching as Lena adjusted Milo's harness with practiced ease. "You take this seriously," he said. "Comes with the job," she replied, sliding into the driver's seat. "People trust me to get them places safely. Dogs, too." As they pulled out, Jake leaned back, surprisingly at ease. "So how long have you been driving?" he asked. "About 3 years." "You like it?" She shrugged lightly. "Some days. You meet all kinds of people. Some great, some not so much." "Worst ride?" he asked. She grinned. "Guy tried to bring a full-size plant into the car. Not a small one, like tree-sized." Jake laughed. "Did you let him?" "Absolutely not." "Good call." "And you?" she asked. "Roofing stories?" He exhaled. "Let's just say I've seen more bad DIY jobs than I can count." "People trying to fix their own roofs," she guessed. And making it worse. But hey, keeps me in business. She smiled, glancing at him briefly before returning her road to the eyes. The conversation came easy after that. About work, about dogs, about the strange little details that make up life. And somewhere along the way, the drive stopped feeling like a spontaneous detour and started feeling like something intentional. When they arrived, Jake understood immediately why she called it special. A wide stretch of open land rolled out before them, dotted with oak trees and edged by a slow-moving creek that caught the light like glass. No crowds, no fences, just space. "Wow," he said quietly. "Told you," Lena replied. The moment the doors opened, Milo launched out like a rocket. Scout followed, less explosive, but just as eager. They ran. Through grass, through shallow water, looping back and forth in wild, joyful arcs. Jake watched, hands on his hip, a slow smile spreading across his face. "I've never seen him act like that," he admitted. "Yeah," Lena said softly, "this place does that." They walked along the edge of the creek, side by side. So Jake said after a while, "You bring a lot of people here?" She shook her head. "No." "Just random roofers from the park?" She laughed. "Just you." He glanced at her. Something shifted in his expression. "I feel honored." "You should," she teased. They found a spot under one of the trees and sat down watching the dogs. Milo eventually flopped into the water, half submerged, completely content. Scout stood nearby, alert but relaxed, occasionally stepping in just enough to cool off. "It's funny," Jake said. "What is?" "I spend all day working on houses, fixing things, building things, but this," he gestured around them, "this feels like more real somehow." Lena nodded. "I get that. I spend all day driving people where they think they need to go, but this is where I go." There was a quiet pause. Then Jake said, "I'm really glad you asked me to come." She looked at him, her expression warm and open. "Me too." The dogs returned eventually, damp and happy, collapsing near them. Milo rested his head on Lena's nag. Scout leaned lightly against Jake. "They approve," Jake said. "High standards," she replied. He hesitated, then said, "Would you want to do this again sometime?" She didn't answer right away. Instead, she looked out at the water, the open sky, the two dogs breathing slow and steady beside them. Then she said, "Yeah, I would." He smiled, relief and something more flickering across his face. "Good." The sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the field. And as they sat there, two people who had been strangers just hours before, it felt like they'd found something unexpected. Not just a place, but a beginning.